This video and ones like it are made possible by my supporters on Patreon. If you want to have a say in what games and topics are covered on this channel, head over to patreon.com/Toogie24 and get involved. You can also head over to my Teespring store to buy shirts that you'll never wear in public. Link in the description. Hello everybody and welcome back to our current ongoing tournament. This international duel that we have been following. This is technically the third video of this little mini series, so if you haven't checked out the first 2 days, make sure to go do so. Otherwise, for those of you that already have, let's march on in 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, you've had time to click off the video. We are ready for the second round of this tournament. You get a look there at the bracket, and man, there's some big duels here. So you have Finland taking on the United States, the Czech Republic taking on Slovakia, Canada and Sweden, Switzerland, and Denmark. Those were the 8 teams to make it out of that first round. And we're gonna get right down to business because again, we have a lot to sim here today. It is a powerhouse matchup, the battle of 1 versus 3 as Finland takes on the United States. Let's see how this plays out. One of these two teams will lose for the first time in this tournament. First period, 3-1 for the Americans. Jason Robertson, Alex DeBrincat, and Alex DeBrincat again, not before Sasha Barkov was able to get the Finns, our #1 seed, on the board. Second period, 5-1, Austin Matthews and Phil Kessel picking up where they left off in the first round. And in the third, well, the score holds. What a performance for the U.S., 5-1 in game 1, and Jonathan Quick, who was abysmal, he had the worst save percentage through the opening round, gets a win that he desperately needed to get. Slovakia, well, they went 7. Czech Republic very much did not. We'll see what happens here in this rather interesting geographical matchup. First period, 1-1, Tomáš Tatar and Filip Hronek. Second period, still 1-1. And in the third, the Czechs win it. David Pastrnak, talk about picking up where they left off in round 1. Pasta gets the job done. The Czechs stay undefeated. Really strong performance there from one Peter Mrazek. Let me get to this. Sweden and Canada. Canada dominant against Italy. The Swedes really struggled to get out of round 1. First period, 1-0 Canada. Mitch Marner. Second period is a goalless affair. And in the third, Sweden ties it. Nick Backstrom. We're going overtime. The winner of game 1 is Sweden. Erik Karlsson on the power play. 48 seconds in, and Sweden hands Canada their first loss of the tournament, despite Marc-Andre Fleury's best performance of the tournament. That is a huge, huge statement made by the Swedes. We go to Denmark and Switzerland. 2 of our more interesting matchups in round 1. The 2 underdogs that are really left at this point. First period, 2-0 Denmark. Bjorkstrand and Alexander True. Second period, still 2-0 for the Danes. Third period, and they win it 3-0. Brugeiser gets the empty net goal. Despite Switzerland out shooting them 34-19, Denmark just continues to get results, and it's because Freddie Anderson is playing out of his mind. Unreal stuff. Game 2 between the United States and Finland. See how this goes. First period, 1-1. Robertson on the power play. Markov on the power play. Second period, 2-1 for the States. Jack Eichel on the power play. Third period, 3-2, a goal apiece. Goodrow, an empty netter. Kapanen scored with 21 seconds left. Too little, too late. And the United States, still undefeated. The #1 seed in Finland, down 2-0 here in the second round. Czechia stay undefeated. They take on Slovakia again. Game 2. First period, 1-1. Chernak and Martin Ferk. Second period, 3-3. Tatar, Hedel, Ruzicka, and Pastrnak. These offenses going toe-to-toe. Third period, oh my goodness, Slovakia hands Czechia their first loss of the playoffs. Ruzicka, Pastrnak, Marchenko, Fehérváry, Hronek, Tomáš Jurko ends it on an empty netter. An explosion of offense in that third period. 6 goals combined. Slovakia ties this series up at 1 apiece. Job well done there. Sweden pulled off the game 1 victory. What can they do in game 2 against Canada? First period, 1-0. Connor McDavid. Second period, 2-0, Mitch Marner. Third period, 3-0, Jordan Kyrou. The Canadians dominate Game 2. Marc-Andre Fleury with a 31-save shutout leads the way. Denmark up 1-0 on Switzerland. First period, 2-1 for the Swiss, though. It was Ehlers getting the opening goal for Denmark, but then it's Corvi and Yossi for the Swiss. Second period, now 2-2, Mikhail Bodker. Third period, we're going to overtime here. Switzerland with the advantage. Who's gonna win it? It's gonna be Denmark. I don't know how, man. They keep pulling this off. Franz Nielsen gets the overtime winner. And the Cinderella story continues on. Denmark up 2-0 on Switzerland. How do you like that? We go to Game 3. The Finns need a win. The United States will have that commanding 3-0 lead. First period, goalless. Second period, 2-1 Finland. Robertson scored first, but then it's Haula and Laine. Third period, and Finland with a statement. Aho scores, D'Angelo gets it back, but then it's Lindell, Laine, and Olimata. 6-2, your final score in Finland's favor. They hand the United States their first loss of this tournament, and they are right back in this series. Big, big win for the Finns there. As we go to a 1-1 split here, the Czechs and Slovakia here. Again, Czechia and Slovakia going at it. First period, 2-0 for the Czechs. Kubalik and Pasternak, of course. It's routine. 14 shots to 4, by the way. Second period, still 2-0. And in the third, the Czechs win it. Pavel Zacha made it 3-0. The Czechs with a shutout, 17 saves for Petr Mrazek. And in a 2-1 lead for Czechia in that series. Canada got a big win in Game 2 against Sweden. What can they do in Game 3? They need another one here. First period, goalless. 16 shots to 6 for the Canadians. Second period, now 2-0 for Canada. Power play goals from Marchand and McKinnon. Third period, so close yet so far for Sweden. Stamkos scored on a shorty. Burakovsky got it back. Late power, midway through the period, power play goal for Zibanejad, and it's all they could muster. 3-2 is your final. Canada bounces back from a Game 1 loss and now have a 2-1 series lead. Our final Game 3, Denmark up 2-0 on Switzerland. As crazy as that is, let's see how this plays out. First period, 1-1 for the Danes. Suter for Switzerland. Second period, 2-1 Denmark. Nikolai Ehlers. Kira Schmidt just can't make the saves. 21 shots to 8. Third period, Denmark has the commanding lead in the series. Freddie Andersen is stealing it for the Danes. They are the only team with a 3-0 series lead. So we go to Game 4 between the Americans and the Finns. The Finns had that big win in Game 3. First period, 2-1 Finland. Granlund, Matthews gets it back. Rantanen makes it 2-1. Second period, still 2-1. Great period there for Finland in terms of shots. Third period, and a goal apiece will see Finland tie this series up at 2-2. The number 1 seed, not quite done yet. Putting up a strong fight here against the USA. Czechia looking to take a 3-1 lead over Slovakia. Can they do so? First period, 1-0 for the Czechs. Power play tally for Pavel Zacha. Second period, 3-0. Verana and Martin Ferk add those 2 extra goals. Third period, oh my goodness. Slovakia gets a run out of their home stadium. Verana, Gudis, and Kempny make it 6-0. Unreal. What a performance there again. 21 save shutout for Petr Mrazek, and the Czechs have a 3-1 series lead on Slovakia. Canada, they've won 2 in a row against Sweden, looking to make it 3-1 here in this series. First period, and it's 4-1 Sweden. They don't go down without a fight. Burakovsky is Zibanejad. Theodore scores for Canada, but then it's Hedman and Burakovsky again. So 2 power play goals in that period for the Swedes. Second period, 6-1. Klingberg and another power play tally, this one for Hedman. Third period, and Canada gets stomped as that series, the battle of 2 versus 4, is also at a 2-2 split. Now, I did try to, or at least I wanted to set it up to have like, hey, Finland and, like Sweden, US and Canada. That way, Canada had to face the harder team, but limitations of the bracket, it be what it do. This is crazy. The only 3-0 situation, it's Denmark over Switzerland. Can they complete the sweep? First period, 4-0 Denmark. Akira Schmidt can't withstand the offense. It's Ehlers, 2 for Bjorkstrand, and Madsen scores on the backup. Second period, 5-0. Lauridsen scores, and in the third, they almost blew it, but they didn't quite. Denmark, the first team to punch their ticket to the Final Four as they sweep Switzerland. Crazy, the 9 seed moving on as they have knocked off the 8th and the 6th along the way. Denmark into the Final Four. Absolutely crazy. Let's take a look here at their updated numbers now. Bjorkstrand, Ehlers, and Lars Eller, that top line has been fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Philip Larsson still leading the way for points among their defenders. And in goal, Freddie Anderson, the man of the hour. 1.55 goals against average through 10 games. That is disgustingly good. For Switzerland, yeah, the lack of a goaltender really screwed them. Akira Schmidt, an 8.39 through 9 games. Brutal. And again, Sakharopoulos, who was a fill-in player, he didn't do much better. Defensively, Romagnosi was great. Yannick Weber was pretty damn strong, too. And yeah, I mean, Fiala, Meyer, but from there, Nico needed to do a little bit more. Niederreiter needed to do more. Sven Berchke didn't record a single point in this tournament. Game 5, very important Game 5 between the U.S. and Finland. Finland was down 2-0 in this series. Let's see what happens here. First period, 4-1 for the United States. 4 unanswered as well after Rantanen scored the opening goal. It's DeBrincat, Robertson, Kessel, and Fox. 4 goals on 10 shots, 2 against UC Saros. Second period, 8-1. Saros hung out to dry as it's Eichel, Gostisbehere, Connor, and Kachuk. Third period, and they make it 9-1. Robertson scores again, this time on Antti Ranta. The United States take a 3-2 series lead in dominant fashion over Finland. Good Lord. The Czechs looking to end this series against Slovakia. First period, 1-0, Pavel Zacha. 21 shots to 4. Second period, still 1-0. Third period, Slovakia gets the comeback. Jurcho Marchenko and Ruzicka with 1 second left on an empty netter. And Slovakia not ready to bow out of this tournament quite yet. Great performance from Yaroslav Halak and a big third period comeback for Slovakia there. So we have another big Game 5. 2-2 split, Sweden and Canada. Let's see how this goes. First period is a goalless 20 minutes. Second period is not. 2 goals for Sweden, Backstrom and Forsberg. Kyrou gets 1 back for Canada. Third period, and the Swedes take the 3-2 series lead over Canada. What an opportunity this is. The Canadians are reeling. Jesper Bratt, Pedersen, and Forsberg really leading the way there. And now we get to elimination time, potential elimination time, at least, as the United States try to close out this series and eliminate the number 1 seed, Finland. First period, 4-1. It's Connor, offset by Barkov, but then Kane, Connor, and DeBrincat. 4-1 for the Americans. Second period, 5-3. Aho and Kapanen get 2 back, but then DeBrincat scores with a minute left. And here we go. This is it. Finland trying to force Game 7. 1 more goal for the States will surely end this series. We're halfway through the third. The Finns are in a load of trouble here. Rough scenes. DeBrincat ends it. And an empty netter? No, just outright a goal from John Carlson. The number 1 seed in Finland have fallen as the Americans punch their ticket to the Final Four. Finland, I mean, again, that series, it was 2 for the U.S., 2 for Finland, and then 2 for the U.S. at the very end. For the Finns, I mean, some of their big names certainly showed up. Some of the depth scoring left a bit to be desired, especially from the likes of Eli Tolvanen. Simply not good enough. Defensively, when Rasmus Ristolainen is putting up more points than Miro Heiskanen, that is a problem, even though Miro is a great defensive defenseman. And in goal, bottom line is, UC Saros, it just wasn't good enough. He never really kind of got into form after that really weird first round. Raanta played well in his one appearance. For the United States, Jonathan Quick, needless to say, that save percentage bounced back pretty damn well. Defensively, great series so far for Carlson and for Fox. And then forward-wise, Robertson, DeBrincat, and Matthews are almost unstoppable. They have been absolutely unreal. Matthews is still over a goal per game pace. So here we go. The Czechs looking to end this series against Slovakia. Can they do it? First period, 1-1, Zdeno Chara and David Pastrnak. Second period, 1-1. Here we go. Slovakia needs to win the forced game 7. The Czechs trying to punch their ticket to the Final Four. A lot of power play time here going both ways. No goals to show for it. Could be next goal wins. How big of a goal will that be? Which way will this series go? 4 minutes left. Next goal is going to win this thing. We're going to wait for overtime. Yes, we are. Let's keep it going. Who's going to win it? Who's going to get the job done? Will Czechia move on, or will Slovakia get the win? They have a power play here. Nothing doing, and Slovakia wins it. Kudra gets the winner. Slovakia staves off elimination. Great performance from Jaroslav Halak. We're going 7 in that particular series. So we have 1 game 7 set up. Will Canada force 7, or will Sweden move on? First period, 1-0 Canada, Brent Burns from center ice. Second period, 3-2 Stamkos and Huberdeau, but the comeback's on after goals from Pettersson and Forsberg. Here we go. Big third period. The Canadians trying to force game 7, the 2 seed in this tournament. Of course, against the 4 seed, Brad Marchand makes it 4-2. William Nylander makes it 4-3. This is not done by a long shot. 6 minutes, power play for Sweden. They can't score. 3.5 to go. Can the Canadians hold on? Yes, they can. We're going 7 in this series as well. Canada wins game 6 by the score of 4-3. Despite some strong efforts again from that top line for the Swedes. So we have 2 series done and 2 game 7s. Will it be Czechia or Slovakia? Let's find out. Who's going to win this one? First period, 1-0 Slovakia. Tomas Tatar. 16 shots to 4, by the way, for the Czechs. That's rough. Second period, 3-3. Yurcho scores, but then it's Zaka and 2 from Verana. Tatar gets 1 back late. We go to the third, tied at 3 here in game 7. Who is going to move on to the Final Four? Verana scores again. It's 4-3 Czechia. Power play one more time. No goal this time. 9 minutes left. Studnik ties it. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Who's going to win? These 2 countries, obviously so much history. 2 minutes left. We're going to overtime. I'd love to watch it. I don't have the time. Here we go. 4-4. And the winner, who else? It's Andre Schuster. Less than a minute into the overtime. And the Czechs move on. 5-4 in game 7. Heartbreaker for Slovakia as Andre Schuster gets the win. For Czechia, I mean, Hurdle, Pastrnak, Verana, they have been phenomenal defensively. Andre Schuster, man, 3 goals. Unbelievable. And in goal, a .912 save percentage with 3 shutouts in 11 games for Peter Mrazek. For Slovakia, so close to the Final Four yet so far. Decent performance from Jaroslav Halak. Chernak finally took the lead in terms of points. They actually got pretty good point production from their defenders. But again, we knew they lacked a bit offensively, and that was ultimately the difference maker for Slovakia and for Czechia to be able to move on past them. 3 teams have booked their ticket to the Final Four. Who will be the last? One of the big dogs will be out. It is Sweden and Canada. Game 7. First period, 3-1 Sweden. Forsberg scores first, Makar ties it, but then it's Dahlin and Horkvist. Unreal. Second period, 5-2, Pettersson, McDavid, and Klingberg. The Canadians have 20 minutes, or they're going to get bounced. Will the 4 seed win it? Nylander makes it 6-2. Canada looking like they're going to get bounced in the second round at the hands of Team Sweden. 5 minutes left. That's it. Sweden. I said numerous times, not the most convincing. 7-3, your final score. That's pretty convincing in Game 7. They move on to the Final Four. How do you like that? Unreal. Let's take a look at the numbers. We'll look at the winners in Sweden first. And they're getting a lot of scoring from a lot of different people. That offense is really delivering, with the exception of Landeskog and Lucas Raymond. Don't know what the hell's going on there. Hedman and Carlson as a top pairing are getting the job done. And then in goal, a 909 for Markstrom. He bounced back decently well. For the Canadians, goaltending wasn't enough. Marc-Andre Fleury simply couldn't carry the load anymore. Defensively, decent production, but not incredible. I mean, especially, too, for what someone like Cale Makar, Shea Theodore, and Dougie Hamilton are capable of. And then forward-wise, again, the kind of depth scoring, like Bunting and Thornton couldn't really hang with the rest of them. Braden Point didn't score a single goal. Crosby only had 1. They just ran into a really tough matchup. A really tough matchup indeed. And the Final Four are set, as we will have Czechia against the United States, Sweden against Denmark. 2 favorites. 2 of the top 4 seeds. The U.S. were 3, Sweden were 4, against teams, well, Czechia, number 5, so a tough matchup for the U.S. Sweden, though, taking on number 9, Denmark, the lowest seed left. Who will win? Who will go to the final round? We'll find out next time. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'll see you then.